only miss calculus if you are on your deathbed. You will need to be in that class every single day to keep up with what's going on. If you want to.
Yes, coming in late, like leaving early. If you're really sick, like, and you don't feel like waking up early, just like come in late, make it there for calc, stick it out for calc, like learn your lesson, and you can go home.
Fourth period, you have to say
you need it. Like, you're not going to be able to understand it if you miss a day. Like, it's really hard. I mean, like, you can go to Miss Kane and stuff, but it's just much easier just to be there.
And the classroom dynamic, I mean, come on.
When you don't know something, usually nobody else knows it, since you guys are going to be the highest math class here and if you're an AP Calc. So ask questions, create a group chat, and make sure you are always in communication with each other. Ask Miss Kane if you need help. She's always here to help. Very flexible, and will do whatever she can to make sure you know what you're talking about and that you'll do well on the test.
Group chats are really awesome when you're in them, but make sure that your phone can do group chats, because my phone is a Samsung something and does not let me be in our AP Calc group chat. But I think it's been pretty beneficial for everyone else.
When it came to derivatives in AP Calc, I made a little note card that I studied off of. I found that to be helpful, / also when it was time to do the homework, these are easy to just have by, so I didn't go flipping back and forth.
Okay, so studying for the test, the way I would do it would be I would always do the problems from the review, and then when I would do the homework, I would star the ones I got wrong and I would redo them the night before, so that sometimes helped. And something else very important is knowing whether or not the test is calculator or non-calculator, because some things you think you can do everything in the calculator, but then you realize it's non-calculator and you're like, oh wait, never mind. so that would be a good thing to know. And and also knowing like what formulas and like what topics are going to be on the test, because it's important to focus on the stuff that you know is going to be on the test instead of studying for stuff that will not be.
Okay, so for note taking, keep everything on loose leaf or in your notes, but make sure you have everything labeled, because the night before the test, when someone wants to know what was chapter 4, section 3, example 7, you can have it right there in your notes. You can refer back to it, and it's all very helpful.
Okay, so for taking notes, it's like very important to stay organized, but like do whatever things you think will help you the best. Like half the year I did all the problems in a copybook, and then the other half the year I did it in the notes. So I guess the copybook like helped you stay more organized and like have everything there, but then it was also easier to study if you just do it in the notes, because you only have to take your binder home. So whatever you find more comfortable, whatever works for you, just do it that way. I think both ways were fine, but just make sure you stay organized and have everything together, because everything will revolve and like build up. So just stay organized, we'll be good.
Okay, I did my examples on my notes, right, because then you had them right there and you didn't have to like hunt around for an extra piece of paper.
It's just really important to stay on top of stuff and keep your notes all together. I use a binder, some people use notebooks, whatever works for you. Keep everything organized, keep your homework all together, have good time management. And
so with the notes, I always did the example problems on loose leaf. I just felt like it was more clear to see it, but I would write the original problem at the top and then do all the work below it. And I would do example 1, example 2, example 3. That way my notes were like free and you could just like look back at them and like reference them, but all the work was like on a separate sheet. It was like I felt more organized.
And then for the homework, I would definitely stay on top of that. Do it during any free period, like right when you get home, just get it done and over with, and then you don't have to worry about doing it all before the test.
Yes, you absolutely have to do your homework every single day.
Maybe for people like her, but for people like me, you more do the not do your homework, and then last day before the test, you just wake up at like 5 in the morning, you know, do all your homework, maybe do a little the night before, but you know, just try to, but you know, I mean, you can do it every night, but it's doable to do the night before if that's your kind of thing.
Keep your sanity.
You don't need your sanity for one day.
Okay, so for homework, probably your best bet is to do it the night that you get it, but I tend to go about my homework in sort of a roundabout way. like when I was doing my homework, I would go through and I would pick problems that I wanted to do from each section. That way I would have it done for that day, but I would save problems for the night before the test to do as like review.
When I didn't do the homework, because that happens, you don't do the homework sometimes, but when I did it, I copied down the work from the boards, so that when I did do it, I had all the answers, and then if I saw the questions, I came in after that.
If you're going to do your homework during the day, make sure you find a good free period to get it done every day in school. But if you're going to do it at home, make sure you grab the extra textbook, because you don't want to be lugging around your calc textbook to and from home, especially when you take stat, when you have to lug your stat textbook home to and from school.
Oh, they say take the extra textbook. I didn't. I was like the only one that didn't, but most people like keeping one at home and the other. For me, I didn't want two things to keep track of, but that's just me. Okay. So it's math, so you're probably going to get stuck at some point. So there's a lot of different options that you have. You can go to Mu Alpha Theta. Sometimes it's a good thing, sometimes it's not, depending on who's in there and how good they are at the subject and everything like that. But each other is always a good option, especially when you get into AP Calc, because you are the highest math kids, and if you go to Mu Alpha Theta, chances are that person doesn't take AP Calc. But, so you can always use each other, and then Miss Kane is always a good option. She's always there, she'll make you understand stuff. She's really good about helping you out and making sure that you understand, not just for that one time, but for the rest of the chapter and everything like that. So working together is really efficient for you guys, especially when it comes to AP Calc. There was a one time where Miss Kane was out for Kairos, and we were in the library, and we had to do this worksheet, and it was introducing a new topic, and we were all like, okay, what is this? Don't know. Pushed the desks all together, and we did what we called group math, and it was really awesome. And we all kind of figured it out and gave us a good foundation for what we were going to learn, and it was the entire second half of the year, really. And that was a really good thing for all of us. For Honor Street Pre-Calc, make sure you just stay on top of things, because, and even if you get stuck, ask other people, because something that you don't understand, someone else probably perfectly understands, and then for a totally different topic, it's gonna flip, and you'll understand it, and they won't, and everything comes full circle. And always remember Miss Kane as an option, okay? She's there before school, after school, all the time, and she's really good and dedicated to what she teaches, so.
Calc is like hard, but there's a lot of fun times, like during washer and shell method. Even though I hate them, like I'm the one person I will tell you, I still can't do it. But it's okay, because she brought in cake and fruit and a lot of fun snacks during that time, so that was good.
So like I heard you guys know that Miss Kane's pet peeve is like the bell and everything, and then she gets worried like you're not going to like finish all like the topics in like AP Calc, like for the year. But don't worry, like she started this thing called, like, she calls it Flipped Classroom, where like she posts videos like online and for the weekend, and I really like them. I think they're really helpful, and I think it's like a different like way of learning, where like she'll give you the notes as like a video, and she'll like do the problems and the notes for you, and then you just have to follow along and do it too. And then that way you don't have to do homework for the weekend, and when you come back to school on Monday, or like not even just the weekend, like any day like during the week, you can like just practice problems, and then you can directly ask her the questions, especially because like the problems like in a textbook are actually kind of hard, and sometimes you actually do need her help to like do them. So I thought those were fun. And take note of when she does the video, she has like these little habits, and then reference to our one video where she had like that misspelling change, and she does these like little cute hand motions, and then her pencil like kind of like breaks, and she had to get a new pencil this one video, and then her calculator where she had got it. So just take note of those things.
We do have a lot of fun in math class, and if you make it to AP Calc, hopefully, there's different things we do with food. Or in Honors Trig, we did stuff with like lollipops. It was Tootsie Rolls. And then for AP Calc, Miss Kane brought in like fruit. For Pi Day, she made us cookies. They were really good. And then we had cake too. Her mom made us cake. It was good.
Trig, pre-calc, pre-calc, trig, pre-calc, pre-calc.
Alright,
limit notation, 3 decimal places, equal signs, label everything, arrows on your graphs. When you get to like continuous functions and all that kind of stuff, your brackets and your parentheses make a huge difference. Just label everything on your tests and you should be good.
And for honors trig pre-calc for the tests, definitely everything that Carrie said. Make sure you remember like your equal signs and when you're finding equations like f of x equals, because all your tests, if you like forget the her little pet peeves will be like -1, -1, -1, like me most of the time. And the point system, like with the -1, it can be your best friend or your worst enemy depending on how you do. But most of the time, it helps a lot.
Okay, so like Mary already said, there's a point system for honors trig pre-calc and for calc and for all the other classes. So you'll have just, the problems will be worth 5 points, and if you write something, you will get at least maybe 1 point if you're just rewriting the problem again. Can get you something if you pretend to know what you're talking about if you have no idea. But also make sure that you are doing everything correctly. Rounding to 3 decimal points is super important even in trig pre-calc and honors trig pre-calc, because it will prepare you for AP Calc next year when you're taking the AP tests, and you have to round to 3 decimal points always.
Miss Kane's biggest pet peeve is shortened schedules, and the bell in general. You will notice that she hates being cut off.
My favorite Miss Kane outfit would have to be her, it's like a 2-part thing. Her high-low skirt, she has a green one with blue on the inside, and I'm pretty sure it's an orange one with pink on the inside. And those are my favorite because I really like the high-low skirt. You know, you can kind of wear it during any season. Like, it's a very versatile outfit. Also, the blue-green one reminds me of my turtle Ralph, and it's kind of a nice little remembrance during math class to think of my beloved turtle. And yeah, I really like the skirts. They're very nice, and that would have to be my favorite Miss Kane outfit.
Green high-low skirt. So my favorite piece are the like leopard and black flats. They're so cute. But I also like when she wears the nude palms with the skirt. That looks really good too.
Okay, my favorite outfit is her shirt with the geometric shapes on it. It's like brown with like a beige color, and she wore it the same day that she had a beige colored PowerPoint, and the day before that we called her out on it and it was perfect. And I also like her Mickey Mouse scarf.
I love how when even on dress down day she always looks so stylish, especially with her high boots that she wears.
Okay, my favorite outfit was her Halloween costume last year when she was a calculator. And then every day I just like the long necklaces, you know.
Okay, so I like when she wears the light pink skirt with the pleat in the middle. That is super cute. And also I like her snakeskin shoes. Always on point with the outfits. Love it.
Okay, I have a couple favorite pieces that Miss Kane wears. My #1 favorite is the white shirt with the pink mesh on the sides. I also love the turquoise like skinny jeans, and the nude pumps look killer with anything.
Okay, my favorite KK outfit has to be her navy blue shirt that's like paisley, and it's got this just awesome pattern, and I love it. And but also, which I always notice all the time, she wears a little Tinkerbell necklace, which is like my favorite thing ever. So.
My favorite Miss Kane outfit would be her green high-low skirt.
My favorite Miss Kane outfit would have to be her pink or green high-low skirts and that she wears with t-shirts, and then I like her Mickey Mouse shaped necklace.
My favorite Miss Kane outfit is her sweater with the geometric shapes with the triangles. It's black and brown and it matches her PowerPoints perfectly.
And you'll look around the room all year waiting to learn all the posters, and you'll probably be very confused at the beginning of the year, but sitting here right now, I understand all the posters, so you'll get there eventually, and it's motivation to do well in AP Calc.
Okay, so when you get into Calc, you'll notice like all the posters, and definitely the most important one that will be your inspiration for the whole year is the wall of fives.
Get on her wall of fives. That's my pure motivation. And also because I want to be the next Miss Kane. So.
What are all your favorite derivative rules? I'm a vanilla ice cream kind of girl, so I really like the power rule.
Me too, Sarah, but I think I would go with the quotient rule.
Ooh, I like that too, but I like the chain rule.
Guys, we all like the constant rule, you know.
Zero.
We like the LN rule.
Personally, I like the product rule.
I like the chain rule.
Hey guys, what are all your favorite sections of calculus?
Definitely 3.3, rules for differentiation.
I was 2.3, intermediate value theorem.
I'd have to go with 4.2, implicit differentiation.
Definitely 7.2, anti-differentiation with substitution.
Probably 6.5, trapezoidal rule, not the trap queen rule.
Mine is 110% 5.6 related rates.
Something super important for calc is to not leave the big giant project that you get halfway through the year to the night before. You want to make sure that you work on it a lot in the weeks ahead of time because it's a lot of work and you want to make sure to get it done.
Okay, so for some advice about calculus, do not save your projects for the night before and for the last minute. Specifically, do not save your big second quarter project that's like a big packet on everything that you learned so far in the year. Do not save that for the last minute. Me along with some other classmates, Bridget and Nina, we saved the bulk of our project for the night before, and basically we did the project all through the night. We did not get any sleep at all. I finished my project at like 6:30, got changed, went to school. So we went to school on no hours of sleep. We felt very crazed all day. Yeah, we had to go to all the classes and we felt horrible, and basically as soon as I started doing the project the night before, I deeply, deeply regretted that decision. Yeah, it's a horrible decision. Do not do it. Do your projects ahead of time. Don't do them the night before, especially this project and any project. Don't do it because that is bad.
So Miss Kane does like this project in the first semester of the year where you have to make an AP Calc review, and it's like a great review for you for the AP test and just like reviewing all the topics you learned, because like when you think back at everything that you've learned a lot, and some of the things you're gonna forget. So it's like this really comprehensive packet, and it's basically like a lot of like the little details from each section of the notes. And like I'm usually not a procrastinator, but this year I was so bad, and I'm not the only one. Marissa and Bridget were really procrastinating, and all three of us, we literally did this AP Calc review packet the night before. And I will tell you right now to never do that ever again, or ever, because it will take you hours. I thought it would just take me like 2-3 hours, but it took me the whole night. I did not sleep. If I did sleep, I probably slept for like 45 minutes. Literally, I like had music like right after school, and then after that like I went home and I started doing this project, and like as I was doing it, it's like, oh my god, I have to like pick and choose all of these problems, and then after that like I had to like reword like the questions in a way that made sense to me, and it just took too long, and I was just getting really tired, and like at one point in the night, I even had to go to Wawa at like 11 o'clock p.m. to get coffee just to stay awake, because I know if I kept doing this straight through, I would like fall asleep. And make sure your printer is like working at your house, because that was also one of the worst nights for me too, because my printer was not working, and I like did literally 30 pages, maybe 29, I don't remember, but like 29 pages of these notes, and then my printer broke. So you know what I had to do the next morning? I had to go into school at literally 7 o'clock a.m., go to Mr. Marquis' room, because that's the only printer with the colored ink, because like my packet was like colorful with like a couple pictures and like color coordinated, so I had to use that, and I had to print all of those pages down right before calc, because I was too scared I wouldn't have time before calc anyway. So literally, I am telling you right now, do not do the project the night before it's due.
With your calculators, especially if you're taking physics, you want to make sure that for calc, your calculator is always in radian mode, because you will have all the wrong answers if you leave it in degree mode.
And if you take stat, beware of the math testing bees, because they will be your worst enemy. But usually Miss Kane is very lenient and will reschedule the tests and quizzes for not being on the same day as stat. But if you come to the day where you have to take both tests on the same day, it will happen. It'll be okay. Take a deep breath. You'll make it through. That's it. In the beginning of your senior year and the end of your junior year, you'll have to do Mu Alpha Theta tutoring, and it will be super annoying, especially the day before the Algebra 2 project when they come to you and say, how do you do this? And you have no idea because you are way past learning how to do that kind of stuff, and you just don't understand how to do it simply, and you have to do their entire project for them. You can leave at 2:30, you can just say, I have to go, sorry. But the amount of times that I have forgotten about Mu Alpha Theta tutoring greatly outnumber the times that I have showed up for Mu Alpha Theta tutoring, but it happens. It'll be okay.
I found it helpful to know all the rules for stuff, and then like the transformations and all that stuff in the honors trig pre-calc, the trig pre-calc classes, just memorizing the rules made it easier. Memorizing the unit circle will be your saving grace.
So, for calc and for honors trig pre-calc, there's summer assignments, which it's a good idea to do them, like space it out, try and space it out. I didn't. I did them all in like 1 or 2 days. For AP Calc, the week before classes start, you have to go into school and take a test on the summer assignment, on what you learned, and it's your first grade for the year. So keep that in mind when you plan for the summer. Like, make sure you don't forget about it, set a reminder, because I forgot about it, and then I ended up doing everything in 1 day. And keep it in mind too, if you like go on vacation, usually like Miss Kane's good about being flexible about that. You can maybe take it on another day, but it's nice to be back and take it with everyone. Really, don't not take the math classes because somebody told you that it was hard. Like, really all of Miss Kane's classes, all the advanced courses here at Nazareth in general, are good to take. If you want to challenge yourself, it's completely up to you. It's your decision if you want to do that. Don't not take a class that seems interesting just because somebody said, oh my god, that's so hard, or you don't like the teacher or something. But you will like Miss Kane because she's like the best teacher ever. So.
My best advice for Miss Kane's class is join Mathletes. There's so many great things about Mathletes. First, the math, duh. The cute boys, possible prom dates literally everywhere. The food, and Sister Alice provides great comic relief.
It is very possible to get your prom date at Mathletes. That's what I did.
Mathletes, 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 Mathletes.
Do not do the project before it's due. Okay, none. The night before it's due.
Wait, do you want to repeat the last one?
Okay. Okay.
There's no point studying for them if they're not. Well, there is a point, but like,
Hey guys, do you know if this test is calculator? And you're like, I don't know, but you'll find out eventually. So, no, that's so stupid. You're gonna have to put that.
Hey guys, ready to study some calc?
I'm 2.3, intermediate value. I'm sorry. Intermediate value theorem of calculus.
Wait, should we restart?
Don't do the entering thing.
Yeah, that was weird.
No guys, on some
Bye.